Professor Ezago, who is also chairman on investigation of the building collapse, disclosed that they were sent by the Director General of Nbrri, Professor Samson Duna, to assess the cause of the collapse. The team first met with the principal of the school and other stakeholders before going to the site.
We have earlier today had interaction with the principal of the school, and also interacted with the consultant engineer of the project. And then we have also understand that they have a building team which they have supplied us with all the information, with all the building information, building drawings, building calculations, soil investigation, and we are looking at them one by one to know where the problem arose. And now also we are at the site to also assess the materials used, and then to assess other information that will help us unravel the cause of the collapse.
The chairman spoke on the preliminary assessment by the team as he picked holes with the foundation of the collapsed building.
For now, the interaction we are having, or we have had, shows some areas of concern, pointing towards a foundation problem that has happened. But we'll get full detail and full answer at the end of the day, by the time we carry out the whole investigation. So we cannot completely say now that this is actually what happened. But we found out now so far there were a gap between the technical engineer and the construction team, and then the choice of foundation. There were differences in choice of foundation, which is different from what the geotechnical engineer has specified, and then the construction team has used another type of foundation. Then we will, at the end of the day, find out what has happened. But we have further interactions, and by the time we also need to do a confirmatory test on the soil to know whether the values or the values the technical engineer brought out were actually true or not. So that's the essence of this research. So prima facie is helping us to narrow down to the spotlight, where we now need to carry out a detailed investigation.
Other members of the team expressed displeasure over the recurring incidents of building collapse in the state and called on professionals to always adhere to standards.
And we are asking the professionals, to stop at us. Why should they do it? And at times, you see that the building collapse is either as a negligence or just deliberate this thing to cut costs. So it is no longer very, very sweet. Because if you check the amount of money that went into this construction, it is, if you put it in Nigerian economy, it will go. And the money has to be used to evacuate this.
Beside building collapse investigation, the Institute organizes conferences every year, workshops, seminars, summits, where we invite stakeholders from different fields to come together. We'll now review. If we have problem, we'll now bring it out. Everybody will look into it. At the end of the whole thing, we have communique. The communique in form of solutions to those problems.
They made a case towards forestalling future occurrence and collected samples for further investigations.
We are collecting samples of the reinforcement used from from the 8 mm, 12 mm, 16 mm, 25 mm that they've used here. We are collecting sample of the concrete casted for the column beams and all that. And then we're also collecting sample of the granite used at the site. So that is what we are doing. And by the time we do the collection of the sample, which will take us about days or weeks to get them all, then we will now go into the laboratory aspect of the work, which is to examine the materials.
The collapsed building, which had reached finishing stages, is a project of the Old Boys Association of the school, who embarked on the project for their centenary celebration. In Onitsha, Franklin Onyekachi, NTA News.